This is Maurice Jones of Jones Produce Farm in Edgewood, Maryland. We raise vegetables. We're a 5-generation farmer. We have about 200 acres in production. The whole family's involved in this operation, and we work long hours, 60, 70 hours a week. I probably put in around 100 hours a week. We raise about 40 different vegetables, but I'll name just some of the things that we raise. The main crop is tomatoes, sweet corn, string beans. That would be probably the 3 main crops. And then we raise cantaloupe, watermelon, raise carrots, turnips, collards, kale, cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes, tomato berry. We're doing something new with Darren with the Harford County Public Schools. We're supplying the cafeterias with some fresh produce. And my wife and I take that really personal. We tend to go deliver ourselves, meet the ladies in the cafeteria. We like to see the kids. I feel like it's the best way to promote agriculture. Some of these children don't even know that the stuff still comes from the farm. I think they sometimes think it comes from a factory. So any way that we can be in touch with the children nowadays, I think it's so important to give them something that tastes so much better than something that's been shipped all the way across the country or from another country. It's very difficult in the fall because all of us our season's winding down, and stuff that's going to be produced for the school was planted in the busiest time of your year, when you're already harvesting and taking care of your crops. The schools do come through though. They'll put the orders in.
Hi, I'm Darren Zeller of Harford County Public Schools Food and Nutrition Office. I am the Assistant Supervisor. I am in charge of the ordering process and food acquisition for the entire county. So we have 54 locations. And we serve approximately 25,000 kids for breakfast and lunch on a daily basis. We are dedicated into serving the kids fresh produce on a daily basis. We've been working with local farmers for approximately 3 years. It takes a lot of legwork to start it off. However, we are 2-3 years into it. It is getting easier because of the contacts we've made, and now I have folks that are calling us saying, "Hey, how can we be involved?" And that's what it's all about: supporting the community, getting involved, keeping things local. We purchase so much produce, over $250,000 a year. Why not support the local economy and keep what we can keep in Harford County? During the growing months of September and October, we have about 75 to 80% of our produce being bought locally. Quality of the products coming in are, I think, far superior than sometimes we would get from, say, a different vendor. I think the local farmers have a vested interest in supporting the schools. They have the pride to serve the kids the best. We're not getting seconds. We're getting number one quality from these folks, and it's wonderful to be able to serve the kids a local product, a local fruit and vegetable. So I remember being in particular schools where a child came through the line and we offered apples, and we said, "Would you like a green apple or a red apple?" And the child said, "I'd like a ripe apple." He thought that the green apple was unripe, and it's just building that awareness with kids, and now we're able to offer maybe 3 and 4 different varieties of those fresh fruits, 3 and 4 varieties of fresh apples that the kids really never knew and were never exposed to. So it's become a really good learning experience for the kids.
Monetarily, the time you're going to put into it, it might not seem worthwhile to some operations. But I think what we're doing is we are promoting local produce in the schools, and that's our future customers, every one of them. Every one of them children goes home and tells Mom, maybe now we'll take a little more time to come to the little produce stand where we grow our stuff. Every one of our pieces of vegetable ends up in that school, and the children eat it and love the piece of watermelon, and they tell Mom, and then they promote every one of our little produce stands. Word of mouth is our best advertiser when you're a small operation. Any produce stand, even if you're huge, you're still small compared to a supermarket chain. So things that you can do is priceless to be able to reach these children, reach them cafeteria workers that promote our fresh produce. I want the children in the schools to feel the enjoyment that my children have. And if every child could experience that, I just think it's a joy of life. It's not shipped. It's not burning fossil fuel coming across the country. It's right here. I think it's sustainable. It's going to be here for the next generation. That's every farmer's goal. Mine is at least that the next generation can do the same thing.